If you watched my last Bitcoin video, you would know that I talked about, well, I actually did talk about price going down, but I need to see confirmation of these lows going. If those lows didn't go and we kept this liquidity leaving price action, then we are likely going to be failing this supply chain here and likely coming for this inducement order block above. Or we will sweep July's/June's high before coming lower, because this entirety of August I have been locally bullish but high time frame bearish once the time is right. So if you were around, you consider subscribing. You would know that we were bullish. You wouldn't be shorting against a very clear uptrend. Okay, so what is expected now is, well, now that we swept this high and we immediately rejected, at the moment I'm still thinking up only. We're still gonna maintain this liquidity price action, liquidity leaving price action until I believe one of our short zones gets hit. The only way that that idea becomes way less likely is once you fail, in my opinion, at least this area here. Because this area, it's not really an accumulation, but it's a solid range. It's like a local peer 3, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's like a little Model 2 accumulation that had a little peer 3 for the second tap, and it blasted, obviously, with an expansion leg up, attacking liquid. Yeah, so once these lows go with conviction, then we can start talking about other scenarios, but at the moment, it's still just unlikely mumbo jumbo that's gonna just stop you out consistently. So at the moment, I'm still maintaining bullish thesis, and again, is this going to be the low? Is July's low really going to be the low? Well, I mean, you leaving liquidity like this isn't helping the August being a very bearish month case that normally takes July's low. So is it going to be different this time, like a lot of YouTube channels are saying? I won't mention who. Probably not. This is not a good sign. Even this accumulation, it was a good sign before, and I called the accumulation. I called that we're probably going to be ranging and accumulating here. But ever since then, you had no follow-through price action to suggest that this is going to be a low. You had no follow-through price action to suggest that you're going to leave these lows. Okay, so no, I still don't believe that July's low is the bear market low. That would make absolutely no sense to me. Okay, now what else can we expect? Are we going to leave these highs? Now, it's kind of a hard question to answer because it fully depends how we react in this zone. But I think just from a contextual point of view, now obviously we do have to understand August is very bearish, but from a contextual point of view, everyone who shorted this range and put their stop loss or scaled in as over time, and they put their stop loss above June and July's high, they're still gonna make money for the bear market, dump back down. Is smart money really gonna allow all these people to make a profit after this long of a range? It's questionable. It's very questionable, especially considering that August normally does sweep July's high. And obviously July's high normally sweeps June's high, and that didn't happen this time, but you still had the bullish month. It's just something to be aware of. Will smart money really leave these highs before coming down lower? Now, of course, if there's bearish open interest on the high time frame, which from that low to from that high to that high, there is a clear absorption, right? So I think that's the only real way that those lows would be left, is with smart money absorbed positions, which I mean they did there, so you can't really complain about that. But still, I mean, there's still stop losses there. The same thing applies, right? But of course, if price gives you good structure in this inducement order block, absolutely, what do you have to come for? All of these guys, everyone there, and then after that, you're probably gonna flip zone this before, in all honesty. You don't accumulate. Like, okay, why would smart money accumulate here and then leave all this liquidity if this accumulation was to send you higher? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. If this was a real good accumulation, they could have just carried on sending price up, and they would have made a big profit still, considering they accumulated it. So, does it make sense for this to be a low? No. Does it even at all make sense to not come back for these, right? No. I mean, like, you will. You definitely will at some point. But will this be the top? I think it's unlikely. Of course, if you completely reject really hard from it, then, I mean, there's questions to be had. Obviously, this was a distributive zone as well. So, I mean, sweeping deeper into it, it's fine. But the thing is, the supply done its job, right? What was this supply's job? Well, to take the low. This was the low. So, it's still there. And, well, structurally speaking, this was your low. So, it was an internal move, but yeah, at the end of the day, this all looks very choppy, and I wouldn't really be I wouldn't be involved in it too much, really. But let's put a lovely dot for a video. As you know, I track every single video, my predictions. I'm bullish, bearish, high time frame bearish, locally bullish, high low time frame potentially bearish, but high time frame bullish, right? It also depends on the context of what I say in the video. Here I was bearish if you had confirmation, otherwise I'm high time frame bullish. So for this video, I'm still gonna be putting a blue dot because until those lows go, I have no reason not to be putting a blue dot. I'm still locally bearish up until that induced order block. So I'm just gonna keep putting a blue dot because at the end of the day, we're in a scary zone. But if just because you're leaving liquidity at any moment, you could reverse. It's very bad. We're also distributing here. I just realized. So this could be a distribution to send you lower, which that wouldn't be the worst actually, considering you swept the high. But I'm still gonna maintain it just because you didn't. That zone was still very likely to be hit, in my opinion. But yeah, you definitely can come down now lower. I've just realized that that's a distribution. Yeah. Apart from that, I mean, it still doesn't confirm until this low goes. So I mean, at the end of the day, you're still chilling until you see good breaks below there, and of course, you can just start retesting. Shorts, 100%. Anyway, keep trading.